I like that.
Pretty sure that's a Stratocaster there.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you know this stuff, dog. We gotta talk about that because I know nothing about it. But
Yeah. Welcome to this episode of Runs0b3r podcast. This is episode number
6.
6, the number of the beast.
Woo! Yeah. So today's episode we have a special guest. It is David. Last name David.
Cerezo.
Cerezo.
I call him Rizzo, but yeah, it's close. Maybe.
Well, the reason I you know me as Rezo is because that's my handle on my social media.
There we go.
I never put my real last name on the interwebs.
And you see that the chair next to him is empty.
It is.
But
it's
Dave
not.
brought even a special guest.
Absolutely.
Chilling, right?
My beautiful four-legged friend, my companion, my dogtor, Celsi.
I like that dog.
Wait,
That's beautiful.
Oh yes, you heard me. Yes, you. How you doing?
oh yes, you did that. Jump right up.
Next to me is
Eric J. Henderson. Much obliged, brother Brandon.
yes.
Oh,
We get that. I ain't wearing them wings though. No fairy wings. I don't wear them.
Oh yeah. And I am Brandon K. Veltman. And today we are going to talk with Rezo about I want to hear about his trip to Italy, but we're not going to start with that. Because he almost got arrested there.
But we've marked
which
it.
was
Like
crazy.
Italy.
So I was
Come
supposed to
back
talk
to
to him
that.
today on the trail or not the trail. I'm sorry, the White Rock. I guess it's a trail. Yeah, maybe
They call it that.
They call it
White
that.
Rock. Yeah.
might as well. I mean, that's not an easy course to run on.
Yeah.
So I don't care if it's bricks or dirt. Anything that goes like this or that is it's a trail.
Yep. So what we were supposed to talk today about Italy while we were running, but we didn't get around to it. There was a lot of me dipping off to try to use the bathroom over and over and over again.
We all did.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's no toilet paper.
Were y'all like in you in the Dolomites or something?
Was that?
Were you in like the Dolomites or something like that?
Well, there was a race last weekend, and so every porta potty had 0 TP.
Except for the one that we were at Norbrook Park.
You just gave it away, bro. Don't let anybody hear that.
Nobody heard that.
Yep. So I want to talk also with Dave about his musical talent. And I want to dive into first, we're going to talk about some running.
Okay.
And the race that's coming up for Dave, his training, and what else he has in the near future of what's going on with races. And
Good stuff.
I have a feeling that he wants to qualify for Boston. He had that itch when he went to watch Boston Marathon, I think.
Even before that.
Oh yeah. Everybody has the itch,
Yeah.
but I think he really expressed that itch the last time you were there watching other people run it. So, So yeah, Dave, let us hear it, buddy.
Okay. What do you want to start with?
Okay, first I want to start with we are going to talk about running.
Okay.
A little bit of background history. Where are you from, Dave?
I was born in Guatemala.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But I've been Americanized as fuck. So
Yeah.
moved into the States when I was 4 years old. And just been all over the place in the state or in the U.S. with my family.
Oh, sweet.
But moved into DFW back in 2005 and been making it my home since then.
Nice.
Do you have family here?
No.
Okay.
No, everyone's in Oklahoma.
Oh,
That's where I stayed in. I grew up there most of my teenage years
Okay.
and grade schools as well
Nice,
too.
nice.
But needed to get out because it was a small town. nothing that was expanding my horizon as far as like life in general. So, and I decided to go to school in DFW and go and expand from there.
Love it already,
you,
man. The curveballs.
Are you a Sooners fan?
No,
Cowboy fan?
I'm not a college guy.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
I love it. 4 curveballs in a row. That's called a knuckleball. Like born in Guatemala, live in DFW. Where's your family? And people are they thought you were gonna say Guatemala, no, Oklahoma. Then I left there to come. Like that's just
And he's
people,
not- and
man.
he's
Basically, all my immediate family has migrated to the U.S. Either some in California or maybe in Boston, very far from there, and mostly in Oklahoma.
Do you speak fluent Spanish?
No.
No. Any Spanish?
Solo poquito, no mucho.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Enough to get out the mix. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword, no matter what.
Whatever,
Most Americans be like, "Hey, can you translate to Spanish?" Like, I can't speak Spanish. or my Hispanic friends is like, "Hey, can you say this or can you blah 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 blah?" I'm like, I can't speak Spanish. Sorry.
Nice.
So yeah, but I mean, I just grew up fine.
Like you said, it ain't plus minus. It's you. You are you.
Yeah,
And it's like
absolutely.
I speak me fluently. Like
All my friends have been just like all over the place as far as like diversity is concerned, but all English speaking. So that's especially in a small town like Waukita, Oklahoma.
wow.
I don't even know where that is.
Wow.
Well,
Wait,
I'll tell you.
I've been through there, driving to Bentonville, Arkansas. Don't I? I might honestly, I might have
Perhaps.
passed through there.
Well, I'll give you this. Remember the movie Twister?
Yeah.
You know that scene where they were going to a small town with the aunt's place who had the cow in the back? And they're like, "Hey, where's that cow that you had? You're eating it," or something like that. That's Waukita, Oklahoma. That's super small town.
Dang.
Nice.
Super small town.
Very nice. Hey, so your race coming up is Eugene Marathon, is
Yes.
that correct? Okay, and when
yes.
is that?
That's a week after the Boston Marathon.
Ooh.
Like Oregon, Eugene?
Yeah.
Dang,
Nice.
that's gonna be beautiful.
So is that an I don't ever want to say easy qualifier for Boston marathons, but is that a more giving course?
Forgiving course?
Forgiving course?
I've been told from one of my friends, Cisco, that there are a couple of hills in the beginning that you have to watch out, rolling hills. But I don't think it should be too much of an issue because most of it is pretty flat.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not worried about that. I've done rolling hills on Sacramento's CIM.
Yep.
Those were brutal at first, but if it's brutal for you doing rolling hills, that means you're not doing hill work. Workout.
Yeah.
Hills to pay the bills, right?
Bills to
Like-
pay the bills.
And Boston is hills. New York City, I've run it twice. It's not you don't get on there for your best times. You get on to run it. And that's why even if people say, take the flat or the hilly courses, people think, oh, I'm just going to go get this qualifying time. Nah, B, it may not work like that. If I spot you 5 minutes at the beginning of the race, it's still a marathon. Everything happens.
I did a marathon last year in it's called the Jack and Jill Marathon.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
It's all downhill,
Yeah.
but
That was tough.
it was extremely tough because
Quads
it's all
wake up.
gravel,
Oh, there's gravel.
and you can run on speed shoes easy, no problem. The problem is that there's a lot of rocks that you just have to watch your step.
So you got to go slower.
No, I that was my best marathon so far.
Wow.
Actually, I did
So
a
you got to
9.
keep your speed then.
Gotta
Like,
keep the speed, but I did roll my ankle a couple times
Oh,
on that
yeah,
one.
Yeah.
with some cool sound effects. I love
dude.
gravel, man.
I
And
mean, it's
some-
fun, but you kind of miss out the beauty of the whole entire
Yeah, because you're concentrating on
environment.
staying
You are
upright.
Yeah,
Dadgummit.
yeah.
Wow.
So even though it was a fast one, and you are taking advantage of the downhill, you're concentrating each step that you're taking to make sure that you're not gonna.
What town is this in? What city?
Oh,
Jack
it
and
was
Jill?
outside Seattle, Snoqualmie, I think. Snoqualmie.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a beautiful town.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful area.
Weather was good. Or-
The weather was fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Perfect conditions for that type of run.
Very cool. So what was that time?
3:15.
Ooh, and what do you shoot
All right,
for?
you read right there.
What do you shoot for?
Well, the Boston decided to go ahead and
Make it more difficult.
make it more difficult now. So my qualifying time last year was for 3:10. Now it's supposed to be 3:05 or better.
Oh, wow. And then 305, and then you have to get that percentage knocked down, or they
Well,
say.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps, who knows? I mean, one of the reasons why they lowered it is because people were qualifying for it for so much, and they have to make a cutoff time no matter what. So a lot of people already kind of like had the mindset of like, you got to have at least a 3-4 minute buffer.
Yeah.
So nowadays, we'll see how 2026 they.
So you're shooting for 305 and under.
305 and under, yeah.
Nice.
That'd be great if I could do sub 3. Yeah. That way I could kill 2 birds with 1 stone right there.
Have you ran Irving Marathon?
Yes. That was actually my first half marathon.
Oh, really?
The Irving Marathon.
I did the half,
Yeah.
but I've never done the full there.
Yeah.
Is that 2 loops? Is it full? Same?
I never done the full at the Irving Marathon, but I just done the half.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to do a full over there.
Yeah.
It seems like I wouldn't say boring.
Yeah.
I'm too familiar with it now. It's kind of like I need a different
vibe.
Hype. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just signed up for the Revel Big Cotton.
I've heard good things about all that.
So I'm gonna go out there with Roy, I think, and do it.
Yeah.
Roy Palma. Yeah.
Roy,
I kept telling him, hey man, I'll go out there with you, man. I'll go out there with you. He just kept hitting me up. Have you signed up yet? Have you signed up? And there's so much other stuff on my calendar that I need to sign up for first.
Dude.
But I was like, I'm gonna sign up now, Roy.
Before I even got into racing and everything like that, I was just doing running for just enjoyment and just being around with the community a little bit.
That's the beauty of it.
But now that my coach Michelle, she's been my friend as well too. She's been training me and everything. She's telling me all these different races to like pick and choose. I'm like, holy crap, there's so much out there.
Is that how you found out about that one? I'm looking at it right now. I just went and looked it up. You're right. The Snoqualmie Tunnel is what you ran through.
Oh, yeah, the
in
tunnel.
North Bend, Washington. And check it out. The course is old railroad beds on hard-packed gravel or dirt trails. It was a freaking trail run.
Yeah.
Dude, after the first mile, you go through that tunnel. And that tunnel is pretty long as well, too. And it's dark.
What's that like?
Yeah. They tell everyone to have their headlights ready for that.
Right.
Yeah.
But with that many lights, I've never seen any pictures of it. Did they pretty much light up the whole tunnel?
No.
Oh, wow. So it's that big, too. It's huge.
Yeah. It's that long as well.
They must have blasted
And that was my
like it.
first rolling ankle
Oh, wow.
situation right there.
Is that the beginning of the race?
Yeah, beginning of the race.
2.5 mile tunnel.
2.5 mile. Ooh.
Yeah. It wasn't
That's
that
spooky.
ankle sprain wasn't too bad. It was until mile 10 that's when I was approaching to like getting a hydration. And I don't know what happened exactly, but one of the ladies just, I guess it was the first time, didn't know how to hand it properly. And missed.
Yeah.
So we both missed. And then not to like a few steps later, I did not see this rock.
Oh, so you're looking back.
I stepped on top of it. It rolled, and it was a deep stretch rolling. And that, when you know,
More frustrating than anything.
more frustrating than anything else, was how severe it was. Like it had to force me to kind of like walk for about 30 seconds before I can actually, hop and then feel comfortable enough to apply more pressure. Because you can't
tape it up. Can't even.
I mean, you have two choices. You either stop or walk and just build up that to fuck the pain away, basically.
Yeah.
Create a different pain. Right.
Yeah. And then eventually your mind will be comfortable with it, and then you can push on more and then rely 100% on both legs to take care of the brute force.
It does work.
Were you shooting for BQ when you went out there?
Yeah, I was.
That's nice, man.
But with those situations happening right there, I mean,
Yeah.
you can only do so much. And then eventually kind of like mile 22, mile 24, that's when the knee started kind of feeling it. And you're like,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So I tried to hit a BQ in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit a 323, and it was supposed to be a 320 was my age. So I was 3 minutes off. But just like you were saying, the whole water bottle incident. So I was just carrying a twist off bottle with me as my fuel, and I was just holding it in my hand basically. And I think I was wearing leggings with the pockets on the sides, so I tucked that bottle in the right pocket. And everybody usually, for me, I always am receiving bottles coming from the right side aid station, like you would be right-handed. And that's a majority of races.
Majority, yeah.
Well, this part of the race is coming from the left side. And not only did I fumble the grab, like you were saying. So it was a lot of my fault. I didn't only fumble the grab, I fumbled the grab and dropped the bottle that so I was out of any kind of bottle
Fuel
or
and
fuel.
everything. Yeah.
And so and going into that race, I had no intentions of trying to get a Boston qualifier. And
left that? You
but
could've picked it up and
going hard in the beginning, and then you're seeing your time and you're like, damn,
I can get it.
I'm feeling it
You're
today.
You're hyping it in
and
your mind.
So let's go for it.
Yeah.
And so this was like around mile 18-ish. So
You didn't stop and pick that bottle up?
no, I left everything. I just kept going. And then
What is a bonk then? What hit you? You were on it then.
I didn't bonk just then.
Oh, so you didn't need the bottle.
No, I did. I kind of did.
Yeah, I'm thinking at 18.
Yeah.
But-
because it was my backup fuel that I would twist off and sip. Because they were just giving cups.
Yeah.
And then you drink them cups and boom.
Yeah.
So I always had that backup fuel with me, and that backup fuel was gone. And
Yeah,
so,
at that pace, you'd have been home free at 18. I'm sorry to do that, but it's like,
yeah, man. And the mindset, that's what kills me more than anything is you're out of your race when you start thinking damn it. And then I'm gonna tell you what else really kicked my ass was watching people pass me. And so I always listen to
that messes with you even more.
I
right
listen
there
to
mentally.
the David Goggins of like taking souls. Like I'm going to go take souls. I'm going to pass this person at the end of the race. I'm going to use up a lot of energy and take everybody's soul. Well, my soul was getting taken over and over, and I was just like, man. And
so a dagger on the back right there.
Oh, man.
Goggins ain't met that one kid though. The girl passenger, she's like, oh no, I had to do that. Just to mark 2025, but believe it.
Yep.
Take my soul, I take yours.
Back and forth.
Take your hand.
So yeah. So just to throw it at you, and I missed it by 3 minutes. I didn't want the medal at the end either. I was just like, ugh. I was so furious,
Yeah.
I feel it.
That's just a story. It's kind of similar. I knew when you were talking about dropping the ball on in that part of the race, and you blamed it on her, of course, but it could have been both y'all's fault.
Well, I mean, I don't blame on her. I just wish that also too, because you know how sometimes you can recover from that because they have so many people in line to grab. If you miss it, then you have another option.
Yeah.
Right.
This is like there's only 2 people on that.
Oh man, yeah.
So, and this is a small race. It's not a big event, so I had to give her some leniency on that.
Yeah.
And it's not like I didn't have an electrolyte pouch on me anyways, so it's not the end of the world. But I always try to look up to the other end of it as well too.
Yeah, nice. And you said you have a coach. Who's your coach? If you want to give her a shout out,
Michelle, aka Blurch.
All right.
Nice. Michelle Blurch in the house.
Yes. She's been absolutely amazing. She's actually one of the first people I met.
Yeah.
Who got me into a running group.
Okay. And so,
that's good stuff.
you know what? I know her. She's part of November Project.
Yeah, exactly.
Big part of it. Yeah.
Yes.
It's crazy.
She introduced me to November Project, and that's how I got into more into the groups and everything.
And
So,
she was keeping your dog, right? While you were gone?
Oh,
Was she
yeah,
watching
yeah,
your
yeah.
dog?
Yeah.
While you're in Italy.
She and her fiance have 2 other dogs as well too, and they love playing with her. So it all worked out.
Yeah,
It all worked out.
Beautiful. The when I was I went with a group, a running adventure group to Nicaragua, and one of the guys knew you that was there through November Project, and he lived in like Seattle or somewhere, or I'm not sure exactly where he's at because he works for the airlines, so he's always floating around. But I want to say he is from the Seattle area. And he knew you and he knew Michelle. That's crazy.
What's his name?
It's called the Seattle Project.
Overman.
Nick Offerman? No, not Nick Offerman.
No. His man. Let me get.
He's on
I don't
Instagram,
want
right?
I don't want to butcher his name. Let's see if I can find him here.
name is Steve Austin, a man barely alive. We can rebuild him.
His name is Bob. Oh, man, where did he go? Man, I want to see here somewhere.
No. I love this moment. Like everybody, 1, 2, 3.
I would know it off the
I'm
top
gonna
of my
gank
head.
you with
but I'm just
perplexity.
like,
What's the name of the project? What's the name?
Does he have a big,
Seattle
big old
project?
beard?
Yes,
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I love the dude, man.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
He's but yeah, hopefully he's going to do Iceland with me. So I'm doing Iceland in July, and same group.
Is this that race that you do? You're gonna do a marathon on that one? Is that like ice on the ground?
No. Oh, I saw that. That was awesome. Yeah. You can do 100-miler on ice, which is crazy. Yeah, 100-mile ultra on ice. I just saw that recently.
Nice.
And you could ride it. You could ride it with a bike too. You could. There's a bunch of different options, and so this one's going to be. We're traveling out there, 192 miles, July 7th through the 15th, and it's like 30 to 40 miles a day, and then we pop tent, take everything down, go again, and then until we get to the destination. It's not a race. It's just seeing the beauty of everything out there. I mean, with pictures, that place is one of the most beautiful places.
Hingle Ultra.
Yeah, and it's 23 hours of daylight, which is cool. So 1 hour of darkness might be tough to sleep. What was
that? The Kjolur route.
Which one? The 100-mile?
KGOLOLUR route, 192 miles from, let's butcher this, Björnduos to Reykjavik.
Reykjavik is where we fly into, and then we're, let me see this.
But then you're going out. Okay. What's the name of the run?
I can give you the route, man.
That's it. I like that, just being out, any kind of daggum nature. These guys had me out. Here's a great training move. Latch onto a couple of beasts, but don't ask them anything. This happened to me just 2 days ago. I just know I'm running with them, but I'm not going to ask the distance. I'm not, and I'm new to the park. So I said, I just got to follow Nick. Dude, that's great, because we ran 13 miles. At the end of it, I turned my watch on, and so my watch says 11.5. At the end of it, I said, man, that must have been like 700-foot elevation gain. That was it was 2,400. But see what happens? If you had told me ahead of time, hey, Eric, we're going to do 13 miles, 24, I'd have been trying to, even positive, it's like myself. But if you can just set your mind aside, just like, I'm just going to follow Nick.
Yeah.
And I'm running up hills. If I had known I had 10 more miles to go, I might not have done that. So it lets you, the ignorance is good. I love where you are too. Like I say that, because we all stay ignorant for the next level.
And we would try, and we try to, I know a lot of runners rely on technology to kind of like get the data, find data to improve on things. And that's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be so overly obsessed about that will kind of like affect my progress.
Yeah. I only looked at it just to see what time it was and how many we had run, but I still didn't know how long. But yeah, you're right. I mean, and plus internally, your body is a much more accurate clock if you know how to read it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. And it's hard to learn how to read your body, meaning even when sometimes your body says you're tired, but you know how to read, but I can still press past.
You have to,
or I should come back, ease up,
And I learned this the hard way. Or actually, I think it was my second marathon. I was doing the Utah Marathon there.
Oh, nice.
Provo Canyon, Utah Marathon. And I remember I was trying to get my earphones working. And for some reason, they were not pairing. And I was just getting so frustrated. It was 5 minutes before the run. Okay, screw it. I'm going to run without headphones. Best thing I ever did because...
And you hadn't planned that yet.
I didn't plan that, no. But it was super beneficial for me because I was listening to my breathing. I was listening to my steps. I was listening to my surroundings. And that became even more... I was more engaged as a runner. Oh, sorry.
No, she's over here now. That's awesome. Cool. It does, and unplanned focus. Like the more engaged as I love listening. Like I wish I could run with music sometimes, but I can't. So I just end up listening to leaves, trees, sounds.
Yeah.
And then you start being able to hear, of course, over time. I do a lot of fishing. You can start hearing, like you can be out there fishing for a long time, but then you hear that one sound, which is not louder than anything else, but it's different. And so then you go like, uh-oh, that sounds a little bit different. Like you can hear Brandon, you can hear sometimes in the wood the sound of a pad stepping on a leaf. Not a foot, but it's the foot pad. I'm like, yeah.
So just running without technology. I want to run naked. You know how the whole thing about naked running is that just have no technology on you at all.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it for just what it is.
Yeah.
Or naked.
Or naked.
Yeah. There's a race.
Just let it flop out.
Yeah, I know. I saw
Tits out, cock out.
Photos of a friend, and she ran naked.
She what?
She ran naked. Like really ran naked. And the
you
race,
mean for
everybody,
real, like-
everybody was
There are
naked.
races out there.
And then they all posed at the end, like together, and they're all just naked.
I've never heard of such. I'm gonna skip that one myself.
You
That's a
don't want to
trip,
run
boy.
naked, huh? That's real naked. But yeah, I like that too. Dave, have you done a trail run, or have you ever got into it?
Other than just kind of like doing for enjoyment, hanging out with friends. No, never actually done a race or anything like that.
Oh wow, are you interested?
Yeah, eventually, but first things first.
Yeah,
Bought that marathon. Yeah.
You got goals.
I have people ask me, like, hey, you going to do high rocks? You going to do an ultra? You going to do this? And blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I do, but that's not the priority right now.
I gotta get through this thing first. Yeah.
But I will say that if I do have a bad time with a marathon or whatever that affects my mental state, give yourself a break.
Yeah.
Do something else.
She's seeing other dogs out there.
She saw the dogs. My dog is
That's
moving
cool,
around.
man. I
More
did.
doggies moving out there.
I qualified as a young man and a half old man because I'm 56 now and I ran and I discovered for the 55-year-old whatever they need a 334. I'm like, oh, he saved my life with that because I ran Fort Worth and that. But then as younger, I ran 253, and then I never wanted to go run Boston itself per se. I just like it's a standard that's out there, so I get it. Like it's probably the one uniform stand. That's all I saw it as. Like,
Well, yeah.
so I'm not trying to run Boston. I
It's
just want to
challenge.
see.
The challenge of here's the thing: you can't buy yourself in it, and you can't be in a lottery in it,
Yeah,
and that's like kind of like the.
so it's so hard to get in New York right now. I'm like, I lived out there for
I
20
think it's
something years. I was
tougher to get into
25
New
years.
York
And,
than it is Boston, isn't it?
yeah, 'cause I
Oh,
was
it
a
seems
lot
like
of
that's what I
It
hear.
seems
yeah.
like, yeah.
I mean, when I was there, you could run 18 races and then get in automatic entry. So you're running 5Ks. It's easy to get those in. But
I've been getting emails of them kind of like, you win a sweepstakes or not sweepstakes, but win a lottery and you can
forget that. I'm not
or if you
trying
put
to-
in a donation in there, you have
Yeah.
you and a buddy to join in the runs. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's hard for me to
I see what
imagine as
I see what
somebody
they're
who.
doing.
Yeah, I was about to say, who happened to put in, say, a 50G donation? Do you think he's not going to run?
Or it's join our charity and
Yeah.
earn this much money for our charity, and it's like ridiculous amounts of money. Like you're never going to meet that goal. If you don't meet the goal, you pay the difference. Yeah, it's just
I think
kind
you
of
ought
the way
to.
it
Now,
goes.
you just gave me an idea, though. Maybe you could lottery it like this: let 60% of the race be qualifying, because you got 30,000 people at the height of it. 60% of the race, let it be qualifying, and then let 40% be lottery. Like
Sure.
something like that.
I'm sure they're doing some kind of percentage, but we just don't know in the background.
But if
I don't know.
if
Once
that's the
that money
case,
comes
then
into play, I
it
guarantee.
takes away the demand to want to run it, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
After a while.
Overall, because I've done this research over since the 70s. I mean, marathon times have gone down because obviously popularity goes up, and so I'm never disrespecting anybody who's running. But if you take the runner class times have gone down. And I'm like, come on, that you can't have the runner class going down. I'm all for everybody getting out there, but 4.5 hours, 5, like there should be a lot more in that space of bringing up a general population, because to be out there, it's a health and fitness thing.
Oh yeah,
Because I used to think it took months to run 26, but trail running taught me different. Like, how do you run 26 miles? Well, what you do, Eric, I see that trail right here in the woods. You just go run until you hit 26 miles.
until you find the way out on the other
It
end.
took so
Mind
many.
blown.
I had books that's like, whoa, 70 miles. That's a pretty heavy week.
Yep.
Jeez, I can't remember the last time I did 70 miles in a week.
But how about this? Like, so people talk about the Kenyan runners, like, oh man, they just got it naturally. Like, dog, they're brand new to marathoning over the history of marathon times. There was a time when Australians dominated, Japanese dominated. Remember, Mexico used to dominate, and we thought long distance running was British because back in the days of Eamon Coughlin and all those guys running. So Kenya's fairly new to winning, and but the training, they obviously have a great situation. But so when you're in New York, I said, man, when they were starting to blow up everything, I said, I get to run, as in get popular, blow up. I get to run at this Cow Harbor 10K next to these like world-class Kenyan runners. I only see them for like 3 feet, which is cool. I just want to see them. Turns out there were none that year. I said, what? What happened? All across the U.S. and supposedly the beast of competition, we said, oh, we'll only award prize money to Americans. I'm like, what? How punk is that?
What?
How punk is that? So you're going to be the beast everywhere else and then tuck it low. Even Chicago, they have the American Development Program, which has been going on for now about 20 years. If you haven't developed anybody under 220 in the men's, which is the women's fastest time. But in our like, I respect this last kid, though. Who is it? He's the last 204 guy we've had in many freaking years. Ryan was way back, Ryan Hall. But the one right now, fastest.
That's another thing too.
But he's the only one we have out of the country at 300 million. Like
really?
Around the 204s. I mean, it doesn't make sense. But they're still paying 50 G's. You coming in.
Yeah, 209.
15th place. No, 220 can get you 50 G's.
Yeah, 210.
Nice.
If you're doing 210, not good enough. You have to be in like 204s or even faster.
But at least 210 puts you in the world club.
Yeah.
Even the Ethiopian Kenyan folks, they're like, okay, 210 gets you the ticket to come train.
So, Dave, you just got back from Italy.
Yeah.
I want to hear a little bit about Italy. Did you run there?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think I saw you run a little bit.
yes.
What? I don't want to spoil the whole story of the cops.
Yeah, I feel you on some spoiler route here. Like, I think I saw you run there, Billy.
Let's
Fill me in on this. Let's start from the beginning.
All right.
Let's go, man.
Okay?
Let's go.
Go ahead.
All right. So, spoiler alert, I got cited for running in public without a shirt on.
What?
Ooh, that's pretty dadgum vicious, man.
In Rome.
Like a whole no shirt in Rome.
So, listen.
They actually wrote out a ticket
Before,
yeah.
I'm pretty good at. I try to respect every country out there. I know that they're gonna have some rules and regulations, especially going to like Vatican. You can't wear shorts at a Vatican, or women can't show their shoulders in the Vatican either. Going to museums, you got to be somewhat dressed. It's like, sure, no problem.
I can't catch you splashing in the Fontana di Trevi. Anyway, I mean, you sound like you.
It was barricade. It was barricade.
Okay.
But and I was like, oh, cool, okay, no problem. But I'll still bring my shorts because I'm going to work out. I'm going to bring my winter gear because it's cold over there, and it was mostly cold over there. Right. So it's like I was mostly wearing my my jeans and whatever.
Yeah.
But to that day, it was nice and beautiful, 61 degrees, sunny. Everything was telling me to like be your hoochie self. Get those short shorts out, bust it out.
One time for the rodeo.
Nice.
You know, and I was gonna meet up with my mom and my sister back at the Coliseum to go attend the Coliseum. We got tickets. Okay, let's do it. Or we're getting tickets. I'm sorry. So I was like, okay, you know what? It's beautiful outside.
Right.
Let's go show off these abs. No, I'm joking.
Yes,
no, but I love
Release the hands.
I love running without a shirt on because I just can breathe better.
Did they take you for Italian just on the look?
No.
No?
Maybe
because
by.
listen, it's already. I'll actually say this a little bit. Let me continue. Real quick. So I was running. I was passing by, a few cops, people, whatever. I get the stare down. I get the look passing by. I was like, I'm sure.
But you're running.
I'm running.
You're
I'm
not
just
just
doing my own thing.
no shirt.
I was trying to make sure I was not gonna like hit a car or car hit me or whatever. Just watching and figure out my navigation. I arrived. at the Coliseum, right outside, in the public with around people and stuff like that. And I was checking on my family to see where they're at, and not like maybe 30 seconds later, a gentleman, uncovered cop, a young gentleman with a Nike hoodie.
Oh, wow.
And another gentleman adjacent to him showed me the badge. It's like, excuse me, can you come? Very, very hard accent.
Carabinieri.
Can you come over here when you have some questions or whatever? I'm like, oh, okay. And do you have shirt? Do you have shirts?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I have it in my bag. I had like a little tank,
Right.
a little tank inside my little this bag.
Yeah.
This bag right here, because I knew that I was going to be prepared.
Yeah.
Right.
So it seems like right then you could avoid a ticket. They could just say, okay, cool.
You would
man, put your
think
shirt
so.
on."
Yeah.
You would think so.
Yeah.
I put it on. I give him my ID. I waited maybe 5 minutes outside. My family finally came by, and they already making fun of me of the situation. And then I had to ask, and then finally the undercover cop just came back around, asked me more questions, and I had to ask him, what did I do wrong?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you're in public with no shirt on.
Man.
And then it's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Blah, 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 blah. Communication.
So
was
what now? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I waited for like almost another 10 minutes for them to like get every information of me.
Okay, so they told you where you knew you couldn't just leave. Like you know,
No,
they told you to sit
they
right
had my ID.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I had to wait for my ID to recover my ID.
Got it.
So
So you running with your passport?
I actually
card.
I had like a picture of it, and they had my
okay.
phone as well too. So like, I can
Nah, bro, my passport. B.
so
You don't. Nobody runs with a passport.
No,
Is that a
you take that,
no
you're
go?
jacked.
I mean, I could. I mean,
You get passport card. You know, I use that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So finally, he comes back when talking to his superior, whatever, and he hands me the citation. It's like, okay, so here's the citation. This is how much? 250 euros.
Wow.
Dude, that's meaningful.
Oh, my jaw dropped. Even my mom was like next to me. He's like,
250. We could have all eaten a great dinner somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. Dang.
Not all of us.
250 euros. But in the back of it, you could pay at the post office or a tabernacle. It's like, okay, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Like, 280 bucks.
Yeah.
so yeah, that happened, and I did pay it the next day.
Yep.
That was another feat by itself, just to find a way. Finding it online, he said you could pay online. They did not make it easy online at all.
You find the tobacco shops, the little
apparently,
tabacalera in Spain.
I went to tabernacle places, and they were like, well, I don't know what to do. No.
You've seen this before. Like, yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
And then I took it to one post office, and they said, no, go try this this other location over here. And I finally took this one main post office, and they handed it to a couple of the people. And I was like, come over here. And a lady who spoke mostly good English, fairly well, as good as it can be.
Yeah.
And of course, she read it and was like, at the end, when I saw paid it and everything, oh, by the way, you got 30% off because you paid it within 5 days. It's like,
oh, wow.
What a deal!
Yeah.
What a deal!
In another country, that's what people don't know. Like, you're at the mercy.
Yeah.
I know a kid, he was acting a little sideways while we were in Morocco. Well, actually, it was a girl. And we were going to this concert, and it didn't occur to me. She said, can I go with you? And we were with a group from some government people and some others, and I'm out there for a photo project. And I said, oh, cool. It didn't occur to me. Eric, she's blonde hair. We're in Casablanca, dead off in the middle. There was a rap concert. Arabic and French work really good with rap, man. It was beautiful. Pepsi sponsored. And so I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Just walk. We get into the middle, and it occurred to me only in the middle of it. I'm like, wait a minute. There's about 10,000 people. It's just guys here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, of course, women don't just walk around alone. And I was like, if it's just guys here, Eric, who's with you? I said, oh, no. And then this guy, he peeped it across the way. He looked at me. He said, you need to get her up out of here. And I turned to her. I said, look, I'm going to walk. If you fall behind, that's on you. And you could see the crowd moving when they finally noticed her. It started moving towards me. And I was like, look, Jet, I just need you to figure out a way to keep up. We're going to get out this way. And sure enough, but we just stayed there. I'm like, man, and I thought, that's my fault.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. I mean,
yeah, but you're in somebody else's house. That's my whole point.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Going back, like I respect the country's rules and stuff like that. And, you know, you can only do so much research ahead of time to try to figure that out. But it did happen.
Yeah, you
and
just
it's
get caught up
the
like
least
that.
thing I expected.
yeah.
And did I plan for unplanned expenses? Yes. So it wasn't like the end of the world for me. But it was shocking. Yeah. And I paid it because who knows what they're going to do with my passport information. Are they going to flag me? Or are they going to do this? Blah, blah, blah. So it's like, I'll just pay it.
Pay it. I'm in your house.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's just so funny that it's in public and in front of the Coliseum.
Well, the only part that makes it funny for me is for the stuff that, and I used to live in Spain, for the stuff that I've seen Americans do, to catch a guy without his shirt, and they know we may be prone to do stuff like that, and not put him on like, hey, my man, really, we just don't do that here. They put this on. Cool, but I've seen Americans do times worse.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially around the Coliseum where it's just a doggone clown show of tourists, and you just go
and I understand from friends who said like ever since 2019 they changed a lot of rules. They become more stringent about it because they've seen, unfortunately it is, a lot of Americans kind of trash the place. Yeah, especially on the Spanish Steps. You can't sit on the Spanish Steps anymore.
That's probably why they got Trevi roped off, because people doing stupid stuff.
They have barricades on there.
It's ridiculous that you can't.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What,
they should close Everest.
But the Coliseum wasn't that where the
gladiators? Yeah, that's where all the violence happens.
The topless gladiators.
The topless gladiators with their hoochie skirts.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
You can still see the chambers for the animals down there. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
It was good though. Did you enjoy the trip?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Other side from that, I went to Rome, Venice, Florence, Via Reggio, Pisa as well too. So that was great. And then I went to France, stayed at Versailles, and did a long ass run from Versailles to Paris and back. Oh, that was great.
Sweet.
That was great. That was a brutal run though.
And there's nothing in between, really, right? Don't you? Like
there was
countryside.
No. There was.
Okay.
It was the route that I found on Strava was like
city?
Okay.
It was easy.
Okay.
It was city. It was town. It was a path. Great. It was beautiful. It was actually beautiful.
Nice.
I always wondered about
Versailles.
the heavy
I went to
tourist
Versailles. I think
Versailles is amazing.
That's where the palace is.
Yes.
Yes.
I did go there.
Versailles.
I did go there.
Incredible.
By the way, France actually surprised the hell out of me. I actually really enjoyed that more than Italy.
Yeah.
That's funny. I thought the same when I went there. I was like, the French people hate us. I was like, they hate Americans. But when I was there,
they like to say they do.
Italians, I think it's because of
don't
tourism.
Kill how they like to say they do.
I think the tourism in Italy is worse than it is for French people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think they get more. Well, I wouldn't say it's worse.
They talk about the Brits.
I think Italians are just more annoyed of tourism. That comes into their.
They talk about the Brits a lot harder though.
Oh, they do.
When I was in Spain, they said langostinos. They would call them lobsters. All red on the
and that's an observation on my end. Yeah. I'm biased, obviously, because of my experience over there.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it when I was there. We went to Belgium. We went to Holland or Netherlands.
Nice.
And we went to France.
I wonder when you're running, and take me through when you have both of y'all. When you hit monuments, like I was in New York 25 years before I said, let me go to the Statue of Liberty. You know, you take things for granted, or people will turn their nose up touristy. It just had never occurred to me. I'm like, no, go see that. It was incredible. Mm-hmm. When you passed by Pisa, you were running, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I was just actually enjoying.
Did you go by and see the actual tower?
I went up the tower. I went inside and went all the way to the top.
It
was awesome.
Yeah,
I was also having a good time racing with my little brother and seeing my annoying family get destroyed by the stairs.
Yeah. That happens. What did you see in France? Also,
the palace. Obviously, went to the Louvre.
Oh yeah, Louvre. Yep,
yeah,
I went there too. Yeah, that was awesome.
I think there was another place. Of course, I drank
Eiffel
a lot
Tower.
of coffee.
Of course,
I love
Eiffel
that
Tower.
giant
You saw that.
courtyard, man.
You can see the Eiffel Tower from
Yeah.
almost anywhere.
Yeah. I headbang in the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, nice.
I still get to make a little video of all the headbanging things I did when I was in Venice and and elsewhere.
So I saw one of your posts that someone interrupted your headbanging. Is that your sister?
That was my sister-in-law.
Oh, sister.
Yeah.
Why'd you interrupt? Why'd you have to do that?
She was having fun. I was glad that she joined in the fun as well too.
Yeah.
So you play?
Yeah,
What?
guitar. Yeah, I've been playing for 25 plus years. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Now, do you play around, do gigs around, and you just play
I
for yourself?
used to
or like-
before I got into running.
Yeah.
That was my life. That was my joy. That was my happiness.
So you're no longer part of a band.
No,
Okay.
no.
So everything's for fun. No.
Everything's for fun. I've been playing a lot more acoustic, and I have every now and then you've seen a couple of videos of mine, and you met Tori.
Tori.
At the
probably.
at my birthday.
Okay. Yeah.
And she's a fantastic singer.
Oh, okay,
So we've
nice.
been enjoying each other's presence as far as like music gatherings and stuff like that.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Yeah.
So,
And I saw what's his name? He works with me. He works. I forgot his name.
That sounds like him.
is he white, brown, black, whatever?
White. Yeah.
Okay.
He walks
But his
talks with me.
girlfriend
He
sang
tells
with you
me.
too. I think when you played acoustic, and she sang with you.
She sang with me.
Yeah.
Is it Eric?
She sang. Eric's that.
You know Eric Stack? Holy shit!
Yeah. E-Stack. I was about to call him E-Stack. So yeah. So he's he works with me at Amazon actually.
No way!
Yeah.
Holy crap! That's fucking awesome.
Stack rhymes with Slee Stack.
E-Stack.
What you know about the Slee Stacks? You know them?
So on your birthday, I saw him E-Stack. He was there for your birthday party. Yeah. So it's good. What's his girlfriend's name?
Noelle.
Noelle. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, she sang one time with you, right, or something like that.
Oh yeah, we played. We sang.
She's got a pretty good voice too.
Yeah. Wonderful voice. Yes, we've been still wanting to like do more stuff together.
Yeah.
What? Oh no.
So the I was gonna touch on November Project here in Dallas is it's not what November Project used to be.
No.
And so I know that Taiwan.
Taiwan.
I don't know why I call him Tyrone.
Listen, everyone does that.
Yes. I know that he was fantastic with November Project,
Yes.
and he took most of that following, I guess, with him whenever he created Brain Dead, or no?
I don't know if he created Brain Dead. I don't know what the entire history of it, but there was a Brain Dead brewery company. In
Oh, is that
Deep
why
Ellum.
they're called Brain Dead Run
Yeah.
Club? Oh,
Yeah, because it was at the Brain Dead Brewery at the time when it was still around.
I didn't know the history.
What was it
behind
at the
this.
top? What's November Project like in BAM? Like, what is it?
Oh,
was that its
man.
ideal? Or whatever?
It's nationwide.
It
right?
is nationwide,
What is
actually worldwide in a way. But I got introduced to it, and it's just a collective of community to encourage runners of all types
Oh, running.
for free workouts and running and everything. And one of the first workouts I did was on Death Hill Day, which every Friday we go to a hill workout, and it was brutal.
I bet.
Day to start.
Brutal. Hell Week, or sometimes they had this whole thing called Hell Week where you work out every day, and it's just a challenging.
They all make T-shirts,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
pretty neat. I think I went once with
You could
a
take
friend of
him out
mine
to that place.
to hang out. It was before.
Take him out to that Cross Timbers. I'd love to see the fastest anybody could go up and down 10 times.
Oh yeah, that was tough, man.
But
So I was out at Cross Timbers this weekend, and I did. It was like, well, Eric did a lot more elevation, but for 3 miles I did 1,500 feet of elevation. Yeah, for 3 miles I was just like,
That's
oh
good,
my
man.
god, it was just up, down, up, down, up, down. So it was nice.
It's like Santa Fe. There's a little run
Hill
right
repeats.
outside where you can get in about 3 miles, and it's 1,500, and so your total is, 1,500 up. I forget. It's right next to St. John's College in Santa Fe.
Santa Fe, New Mexico.
New Mexico, an easy run. Not easy, but
I love that place.
yeah.
Well, skiing up there or snowboarding. That was it, man.
I get over there to train more too.
So what about so let's go back to the race.
yeah,
Talk to you about this race.
yes,
Because I hope you qualify for Boston.
I hope so too. I just gotta not
What's your training looking like right now?
It's actually been doing great.
Okay.
It's actually been doing great. I've been very healthy and not overdoing it at the mosh pits and concerts.
Yeah.
Because you already know.
Yeah.
I'm a concert whore.
Yeah.
I love going to shows.
Enjoy the music. Yeah.
Enjoy the music. Enjoy the vibes. And I get nutty sometimes in the pit. Hopefully tonight I won't be getting too nutty in the pit.
Oh, you're going to one tonight. Who are you going to see tonight?
Cavalera. So if you remember the band Sepultura.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The brothers.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They're playing at the Echo Lounge tonight. So
I miss that big giant guitar sound so much.
You need to be careful on that one.
I'll headbang.
You know these guys called Fire from the Gods?
Fire from the Gods.
You gotta look them up.
Okay. I'll have to do it.
I met
But
good
as
dude when
as
he
long
was
as
out in
I
Brooklyn.
keep myself at bay,
Yeah.
especially the next few shows. Oh my God, there's a lot of shows next month. I purchased tickets for too. Oh crap!
It ain't gonna happen,
out.
man. You just need to wear a shoulder pads so you can get this marathon done.
Shoulder pads.
I don't need more than that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some shin pads.
What's killer is you wear your run shoes to these shows.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. So when on your
Yeah.
birthday, I was like, look at him. He's all decked out and
Yeah.
he's got his run shoes on. That's
Yeah.
killer. I like
Yeah,
it.
it actually works out in my favor as
Oh,
well
sure.
too.
For
Especially hopping on top of the crowd and whenever I need to do a little bit of crowd surfing.
yeah, for sure. That'd be awesome.
But the training has been going really, really well. I've been less. I don't have too many, or actually, I don't have anything that's kind of like affecting my health in a way in a negative that it's affecting my workouts. So
Right,
that's
right.
great. These next 4 weeks is going to be brutal.
Do you take who's your friend that always turns away from the camera? Whenever there's a group picture, he's always looking at different.
Chris.
He's a killer runner, right?
He's a killer runner.
Yeah. Do you
sure
ever
is.
take pointers from him?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Though sometimes his pointers are very negative
Oh, really?
in a positive attitude.
Oh,
That sometimes he comes off sarcastic. Actually, we know he's sarcastic.
You're right. Yeah.
He has an interesting persona for sure. But yeah, Chris Iceworth, he's a good friend.
Yeah.
He's for sure.
What was his name again?
Chris Iceworth.
Shout out to
Christopher Ice.
Yeah, I like that. That's awesome. Yeah, he runs Boston, right? Yeah, doesn't he?
He's done it a few times. Yeah.
Yeah.
His girlfriend
He's
has
super
done.
fast.
I think his girlfriend is doing her 10th Boston.
Whoa.
Yeah, next month.
Who does she train with? Anybody? Local or just him?
I mean, they both run with each other all the time.
Oh, yeah,
But I don't know who she trains with exactly because she lived in Seattle for the longest time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so nobody.
Not that I know.
Right, I got you.
But she has friends over there, of course, obviously.
Yeah.
So you running with any other folks trying to get this qualifying time?
Yeah, so, well, to get qualifying time, no. But I do have friends. Michelle's the one who coordinated the entire plan to go ahead and get an Airbnb in Eugene
Yeah.
to do the marathon.
That's right.
So
Is she running too?
she is running.
Oh,
she and her boyfriend, and you haven't met her, I don't think. Oh, you
I
did
know
meet
her.
her. Ladrika.
Oh yeah.
She's doing her first marathon.
out there.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And what are we in right now?
She's
Shit,
fast.
May,
She's fast.
April.
She always wins Irving.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Eugene.
She grew up as a sprinter most of her life, so this is actually her first kind of like real.
Yeah.
She's already done 2 half marathons, and she's been kind of hesitant to doing a full marathon, but she committed, and now she's getting there.
Nice. She
Yeah.
gonna come out Sunday? Train with us?
I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna invite her.
Sweet.
I'm gonna invite her.
Nice.
Yeah, this next Sunday, Eric's gonna
Yeah.
come out too. I think. Are you
Yeah,
gonna
let's
come out?
do it.
Eric?
I always end up somewhere, so let's do it.
Yeah, come out and train. So White Rock is
that-
Sunday, 7 a.m.
I used to go up fishing on White Rock, which is why it's so odd for me now to come back a grown man. I'm like, I got tired of
By the way,
catching crappie at White
that
Rock.
group this morning was fun.
Yeah.
It was actually great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed all the personalities there, but
Ages, everything.
age,
We had
ages everywhere. But everyone's kind of like it helps to be a part of the group also who's
That'd
kind
be
of having
fun.
the same pacing as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was good. Yeah.
Yeah,
But Eugene, you're gonna have. But I went up. Have you ever been to the Prefontaine track meet?
No.
Well, it's just a classic human event you have to go to. But just moving around Eugene, it's on the campus of the university. Moving around the town, what I saw in Eugene is everybody runs
Mm-hmm.
all the time, everywhere.
You know what's
in
gonna
the woods? It's just like the streets. Just people just running.
So you know what they do at the end of the marathon, towards the end of like the finish line.
Just some water.
You well, you actually do a 400-meter lap around.
Oh,
the
this
track.
is the one that ends at
They
the
let
track.
you in
Yes.
Prefontaine.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
That's gotta
I've
be-
seen,
Can't
I've seen
wait for
people
that.
finish
No,
that.
I've seen some
Did Roy
incredible
do it
things
last
there.
year?
I don't
Roy
know.
Palma, I think that was his.
I know Cisco has done it, but I'm not sure about Roy.
Somebody's done it.
Yeah, I'd pay money to run on that track.
Yeah.
I've seen some crazy stuff.
Why
go
is
down
that?
there.
That where that?
It's just
It's just
iconic.
legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Prefontaine. I mean, it's just iconic. And then also that
he
when
die
people
running?
come
No.
to
What?
put down,
Did he die?
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
He died on the course, right?
No.
Okay.
That, I need to
didn't,
get my
right?
Prefontaine history back up, but we should touch on
He
that
didn't
one
have a heart
another
attack
time.
on the, while
But
he ran, right? No.
on the track meet though,
I don't know the story of him.
what he
Bad
people go
information.
there to put down their best work. And I saw a guy in the 800 meters. This was back when Asafa Powell ran there, and so I'm there working with that team with Asafa and Coach Stephen Francis and whatnot. And I saw this guy in the 800 meters take off, and the whole crowd, which is if you're there, you know track and field. They're like, man, no way this fool's gonna keep that up. He's gonna burn himself out.
Yeah, he did die. He did.
I've never seen anybody commit like that.
He did die on the track, though.
Damn.
And stomped out.
He
Yeah.
lived it. He breathed it.
He is preparing for the 1976 Olympics with the Oregon Track Club at the time of his death.
So he was at the university?
I guess so. He was preparing with the Oregon Track Club.
No, he was a car accident. I mean,
Oh, was it? Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I have no. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. Automobile crash.
That's not so epic.
I'd rather die doing the thing you love.
yeah, well, I was about to say, you're thinking Rick James on stage. No, not Rick James, but the other, Johnny Guitar Watson on stage in Japan.
Oh, he died on
There's a whole
stage?
series of people who, in the moment, are just like on stage. But yeah,
Or like Dimebag Darrell, he died on stage.
Yeah.
But in
He
the
got
most
killed.
nefarious way. Yeah.
Yeah, someone shot him.
Yeah.
yeah.
Unfortunate. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Fantastic. So, Dave, I always ask every guest this. First, I want to read this real quick.
No.
Whatever the ego seeks and
no
gets
way.
attached to are substitutes for the being that it cannot feed.
Hold on, let me read that because sometimes hearing it the first time around. Can I read that?
Actually, it says fill in the end, not feed. Cannot fill. Sorry.
Whenever the ego seeks and gets attached to ours.
Makes you think, huh?
Whenever the ego seeks.
So Eckhart Tolle's big on the ego and like trying to destroy your ego, as you go through life, So that's what the card probably represents, the telling you what the ego is, I guess. That it's I think everybody needs a little ego in their life. But
I think so too.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of like if I were to switch words in there, whatever narcissist seeks.
Yes. It could be ego and narcissist can go hand in hand. But it's to someone that's driven, a human being that's driven, no matter what you are, if you're trying to become a professional at whatever you do, I would think the ego would play a huge part, Now it could be go way overboard on it, and you could be just a dickhead, or
The way it's wording is kind of like it's putting a particular narrative.
Oh,
I
feel
think it's
good.
50-50. To me, I think it's more 50-50, but there's more to it.
Yeah, I would lean towards almost a Jordan Peterson because you need an ego in order to have empathy.
Some people are sharks out there, but they want to accomplish something in their life that they really strive for.
So Eckhart Tolle, when I came out of recovery, he played a big part in my life, in ego death, trying to reach that, because you're just trying to focus on getting back to square one, which you're so broken, getting back to square one. Killing your own ego and all that stuff is getting back to square one. Then building on that, once you became back to square one, then I thought then I started listening to Goggins and other people that have a giant ego. You know what I mean? So I'm like, this gives me more of a drive now, you know, and now I want to accomplish harder shit, you know, and that's
you can have an ego, but you still be humble at the same time too.
Yeah, very much so. Yep.
Well, the honesty to be at your base and realize that you're not your own solution. That's the hard part. That's when you talk about putting ego back behind in a place. Like the worst thing I can be is like, oh, I'm self-made. I can do this myself. There is no myself in that way. Like even for the loner, there's an infrastructure around you that if you don't break it all the way down and say, I'm hurt, I can't help me, I need to look somewhere else, which is also, well, it's biblical when they say like, what can you do as a dead man? Nothing. Okay, once you realize you're at that space, there's only one place you can look, which is to Christ. And so, but taking that ego down, that's a permanent exercise, man. I appreciate
something would have to happen in their lives in order to change their mind from this.
Yeah,
I would think so.
But there are people out there who just are.
But
so,
you know what does change is, and when I'm saying that I might dive back into ego death, and like the Buddhists believe a lot in that, you know, of getting rid of the ego. But they're also, their preparation is for afterlife or to move on, you know, and it's not where we are here on earth. So a lot of us hold on to who we are. Like you're Dave, you know, you got the green hair, you're fly motherfucker.
So you're like, how do I
you
live
know,
today?
but do you hold on to Dave? Well, currently, probably you do. I hold on to Brandon. You know, I'm like, hey, because that's who we are. Even though we're just renting this skin and all this, we don't own this shit. You know what I mean? It's all going to go away in the end.
go all the way.
It all becomes dirt again. You know, so I don't know. But enough of that. Let's. This is my question I ask everybody to end the episode. What is your favorite movie, Dave?
favorite movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. I have to put different categories in here because there's animated films and there's regular films.
Yeah.
And I shout out to to my ex-wife for getting me into films more than anything else. But the film that actually really got me into films, I give a lot of props to Tarantino movies.
Oh yeah.
But I really love Kill Bill.
Yeah.
I really did. That's the
first one.
The first, I like both of them. I like both of them.
Well, it's all one story, I guess.
Right, exactly. However, Inglourious Basterds was just phenomenal.
And those are serious films. I think people, they make Tarantino a caricature himself, but no. Django, for example, was a story you couldn't tell any other way. And so I didn't see it for many years just because there was all the controversy around. Wow, keep saying the word nigger over and over.
Yeah.
When I finally saw the film, I was like, wait a minute. This is a love story.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yep.
With history, like real history, woven in. So it's almost like, I don't know if you know, Twilight Zone
yes,
came from Emmett Till.
Oh.
Emmett Till, who had a big mill hung around his neck and was drowned, and, was a big spark, of course, for civil rights action after he was lynched and murdered. But Rod Serling, Twilight Zone, wanted to tell that story. Goes to Hollywood, they're like, nah, just change it up a little bit. Comes back, nah, change it up a little bit. Eventually, it ended up being like, I think a Colombian maid was called out of her name by the house owner. Oh, wow. So you go from so he said, the only way I can really tell this stuff, Twilight Zone style.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Plain allegory, plain crazy human message coming through. And so without going off, I think that's the Tarantino stuff. He recognizes we're as a public, we're kind of dumb down anyway.
Hitchcock, Tarantino, all those timeless classics right there, and they make a stain in the impacts of people's minds, and in the movie industry as well too.
Inglourious Basterds got
Inglourious Basterds is amazing. The Hateful Eight, that's another one right there as well too. That was very kind of like Civil War era.
Yeah. Yep.
But
they're real commentators. They're not just that's another.
And
Tarantino
I like the
film.
twist
like,
always that it's never in order.
It's never in order. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Like Reservoir Dogs is definitely not in order. It's all backwards. So that was very interesting.
One last thing.
Go ahead.
When it comes to animation, though, a lot of Studio Ghibli
Not familiar.
films. So have you heard of a
Send me something.
have you heard of a Spirited Away?
Nope. I need to check it out though. I don't dislike anime. I like anime. I'm just not real familiar with it.
Okay, so this one is the director's name is Hayao Miyazaki. He's
yeah, I got some of his shirts. It's
okay.
weird.
Okay,
So,
I got his shirt.
They call that like horror, like it's like almost anime horror kind of, or what do they call it? There's a word for it.
I'm not sure about it's
gotta be a better word.
Fantasy. There's a lot of fantasy in there, but there can be horror. There could be some mixture in there.
Yeah.
But Spirited Away.
I got to show you some of my shirts. I got.
Oh yeah. But Spirited Away, amazing. Howl's Moving Castle, is amazing as well too. So if you like Disney, this is kind of like the Disney of Japan.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have a lot, and there's English actors on there as well too. Like
nice.
Yeah, so Billy Crystal's been there doing voices. Christian Bale as well too, and
nice.
And a bunch of other actors, A-list actors out there. But if you're not into anime, but you want substance, you want storyline, but also be amazed by the animation, definitely give it a shot. It's absolutely wonderful.
Killer.
That's where it came from anyway. I grew up with Speed Racer. You talk about a storyline.
So
G-Force.
Mm-hmm. I grew up with Speed Racer, Sailor Moon.
Or Spaceship Yamato, which is also known as the you know this, the wave motion gun. It was the actual ship in the sky.
Space or it? No.
It's called Spaceship Yamato, which is known as That's the Japanese name, but Yamato.
I watched One Piece recently.
You'll recognize it if you see it.
Cool.
The animation or
both.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I like both.
Yeah.
Star Blazers.
Star Blazers. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's a lot of great stuff out there. There really is.
Yeah.
There really is.
So, is there anything you want to plug, Dave? Not your OnlyFans, Dave. Not just kidding.
Stop. Don't give out all my secrets. Oh my gosh. Jeez. There's just if you ever get to see me racing, please come and pet my dog, Celsi. She's become a very good runner by herself.
Oh, nice.
So she already has a 5K time of 19:01.
Okay, nice. And your Instagram handle is?
Well, you might as well do it. Well, it's private.
Oh,
yeah, I do. That's
So nobody heard anything here.
But I do have an open account, Hurricane Dave.
Yeah, Hurricane Dave in the house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get that early.
So if you want to see some of my runs, but a lot of concert stuff that I attend to, just follow my Hurricane Dave. It's like Hurricane_Dave, DAY, Victor Echo.
Nice. I don't even know if I'm following that. I need to get on that Hurricane Dave. Cool. Well,
thank you both.
Oh
this
yeah, man.
This is
awesome.
awesome.
I wanted to thank you for coming out and bringing the dog and everything.
I feel like I didn't ask you enough questions too.
Oh yeah. Well, we can do that again. We can flip the table one day where I'm on the other end and maybe you guys can interview me. Yeah. All right. This is the closing of it. Thank you, Dave. Thank you very much.
Cheers, folks. Yeah, y'all be easy.